Greetings, blessed love, and a mighty royal welcome to my channel. This is I Am, Life and Light Productions, and I am Just Sparks, I am your host. Welcome, warm welcome to our School of Thought, where we teach Christ consciousness, where we teach the consciousness of the Son, the only begotten Son. Yeah, the one that shine, rise it every morning and shine for us, whom through all things are made possible. So we do give thanks again. Royal welcome. Each and every eye, we do give thanks. Royal blessings to each and every household. May each and every household be filled with health, wealth, and loads of love, joy, and prosperity. All the joys of creation that we truly desire, may it be given to us at this very moment. It's right? For word is God. And what we say, we must defend. You see it. So we give thanks once again, mighty art of Sabbath remembrance to each and every eye. All those who are observing their 7th day of rest, we do give thanks royally, for the remembrance of the Sabbath day. Keeping in mind that the Sabbath is a state of mind, a state of being, dwelling in your state fulfilled. It's right? When you enter your Sabbath, you enter the state of all things done for you. You are complete. Yes, right? You have all the things that you desire. There is nothing that you want, need, or lack within creation. You enter into your Sabbath. And from there shall your most glorious life be formed. You see it. So, we do give thanks for each and every eye that joins in with I. Give thanks for all the new subscribers. Give thanks for all the comments. Interacting one with another as we rise in consciousness. As we realize that consciousness is all there is, and then there is no need now for discrimination. There is no need for condemnation. It's right? There is only need for understanding, for forgiveness and mercy. It's right? For that is the balance of life. Today's topic is obedience. How to obey God. And when we speak of God, we're not speaking of an entity in the sky, that is sitting up on a throne, that is scrutinizing everybody's behavior, condemning ones and blessing others. We're not speaking of that God. It's right? We're speaking of the original meaning of the word G-O-D, God. And the original meaning of the word God is to call, to invoke. Yes, right? So it has to do with word. It has to do with thought. When you say God, God is a verb, an action word. Calling to mind an image, you call when you bring an image in mind. When you apply the feeling, then that is invoking. That is the beings that we are. We are beings that call forth and invoke all that we experience in our reality. So, obedience, how to obey God, how to obey calling and invoking, how to obey your thoughts, how to obey your very word, your very being. Not someone else, not any authority figure outside of yourself. Your very being. How to trust in yourself. How to be faithful to yourself. How to love yourself. How to appreciate yourself. How to serve yourself. How to discipline yourself. How to obey God. How to obey your word. Yes, right. That is today's topic. So we do give thanks for each and every eye joining in. You see it. Because we was taught a lot of things in the past years. Our past generations, our forefathers, mothers and fathers. We was all taught in a way of deception. A way to deceive us, to keep us away from the true knowledge of ourselves, who we truly are. and what we are here doing. Yes, I. So we give thanks that the time has come that we can all be awakened to the truth. That we can all come and see and experience a tangible demonstration of the works of Christ. You know, this Christ that we have been hearing about all our life. You see it. Whether we are Christian or whether we are Muslim or whether we are Buddhist or whether we are Hindu or whether we are Jew, Gentile, atheist, Rastafari, whatever we are. Yes, right? We all came up hearing about this Christ, you know, who they call Jesus, and the whole story. We heard about the Bible, we learned about the Bible and all these things, you know. And what we was taught is an outward version of the Bible. Yes, right? We was taught the Bible outwardly, literally, when the Bible is supposed to be taught inwardly, allegorically, mind science. Yes, right? And the interpretation of the two is different. One will lead you to mastery, the other will lead you to enslavement and oppression. Yes, right? And it's for I and I to choose today what we follow, because all information is out there. And realize that our assumptions to anything, whether it be a truth or whether it be false, once we persist in it, it shall become a tangible fact. And that is something that we all must really think about. A thought, if persisted in, will become a fact, a tangible truth for you to see, observe, hold, handle, feel, smell, taste, touch, whatever. You see it? All coming from thought. You see it? So we have to understand that we as beings are consciousness. And consciousness is not limited to anything. Consciousness is not limited to the physical world. Consciousness is immortal. The eyes, they must really understand this. And that if we are immortal consciousness, then what can immortal consciousness do? This is the things then that we need to ask ourselves. How do immortal consciousness operate? How did immortal consciousness create all that we see? How did it create the sun and the moon and the stars? How did it create the planets? And how did it create the reality that we live in? You see it. So all these things, obedience, how to obey God, your very word. As in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Word is only with consciousness. You see it. And the one that carry consciousness is man. We have the ability to think. And our ability to think is our ability to act upon the universal mind or the God energy to bring into creation whatsoever we think. You see it? So it is for us to learn to obey ourselves in the realm of manifesting whatsoever we desire in our life. The only way we can do it is through obedience. Being obedient to what we say to ourselves. Being obedient to our word, the very power that we are. That the very power that we are can also be obedient to us. Just like how they say, Learn to worship God. Yes, we must learn to worship our word. Work with our word. That is the worship, the workship, working with your word. Decide. If you say you're healthy, then work with that thought. Bring that feeling upon yourself of health, of strength, of joy, of peace, you know? And then you walk that way. You talk that way. You become that. Worship, you're working with your word. Being obedient to the things them that you say out of your mouth. Living by your very word. And this is what it is to be obedient to God. Because we must not have any authority figure outside of ourselves. We are the only authority there is. Think about it. Man, we are man. I am man, you are man. Every man is the same man. Every man has the same mind. Every man is created equal. So how can another man have authority over you? The same mind that got that man of authority over you in that position is the same mind that you have that can get yourself in authority. You don't have to dwell under anyone's authority. And that is what is going on today. The identity of I and I is taken away, and we are giving it to authority figures. When our very identity is God of creation. And that through our very thoughts that we're thinking, we manifest our experience. So there is no need for authority figures. When you go to the Bible and you read in the book of Samuel, I think it's Samuel it is, you know, it was speaking about Samuel the priest. And when he was about to die, you see? And he had two sons who were supposed to come after and be priests after him over the people. Now, in those times, Samuel the priest, a priest in those times were called a seer. You see? So Samuel was at age old, right? And hold on. No, they come out. Hey! We give thanks. There was some goats them that come into the yard, so I had to run them out. As they'll come in and eat up all the little plants them that we have in here, you know? The goat mind don't care about anyone or anything. If it see it and no one is there, it grabbing it. It's right? So Solomon was about to pass up in age, and his two sons were supposed to be the ones them who take over for him. And the people them realized that his two sons were taking bribes. Yes, right? So in the realization of that, they turned to Samuel and they call a meeting and they said to Samuel that, you know, your two sons them taking bribes and you soon pass away. So when you gone, what will be our condition? You know, they will take bribes from the highest bidder. And then there will be an equality within our, you know, in our nation or whatever the case may be. You see? So they said to him, they want him to appoint a king over them. To whom Samuel, when hearing it, became very grievous within himself. And turned to them and said, what is this that you all are saying? How could you all have a king over you all and you all are king over yourselves already? The God in you is king over you already. They turn to Samuel and they say, hey, that is what they want. They want a king over them like the other nations. Is that right? So Samuel say, though he don't like the idea, he's going to go and reason with his Father in heaven. And whatever his Father in heaven tell him that he would do. So Samuel left. He went and did his meditation, talk with God, as they say, the Father in heaven. And the Father say, hey, do what they say, man. Give them the king. But let them know that the king that they will get is a king that will take everything from them. Take all their belongings. Take their children and everything else from them. They didn't take heed, you know. They said they want a king. They don't want to be left with Samuel's 2 sons who is taking bribes. You see? So, they got the king. And just as the word came to Samuel, the king took all their belongings and gave it to his people, them. Took away their children and put their children to work in his navy, his army, and whatnot, make them his servants and all these things. And now the people them start to grieve and become grievous. The same thing with Samuel tell them. Don't seek for a king. Don't seek for an outside authority. Yes, because in time of need, where is that person? Where is that figure? And most of the time, the authority figures that we place in our lives here, they can't do nothing for us when we're in trouble. So then what is that? So then we need to seek a more reliable source, a help that is present in time of trouble. And the only help that is present in time of trouble is your own consciousness, your own word. It's the only thing that is present at all times with you in time of trouble. And your word is life. That life that dwelleth within you, in your darkness, which is light. So we need to be obedient to our very word that we speak. For the ones them that is into manifestation, when you're visualizing and you create the world you want, you must be obedient to that vision. You must be faithful to that end. And don't let nothing come and distract you or move you from that state that you are in. And that is what obedience is all about. How to obey God, how to obey your word, how to be faithful to yourself, how to set a decree with yourself and abide by it, regardless of what you're seeing outside. Declare yourself to be, and then stay there. And once you can hold that faith, you can control your thought in the way, you will become that which you will to be. And that is the order of creation. Every man is created equal. All mind is the same mind. All mind have the ability to receive whatever knowledge they need to advance in life. All mind. It's a universal source of information. And when you get the information, you get it with understanding. Right in the mind. So there is nowhere for us to go other than within self. There is nothing else for us to believe other than our own divine awareness of being. We need to really sit down and think about who we are. Really concentrate on life itself. The life that we are. This life that we're experiencing. Many of I don't even sit down in meditation with that. The mechanics of our body, how it operates, how it came together, how it stays together, how it returned to dust, our consciousness itself, our feeling, our mind. We need to really get involved with self to really find out true knowledge of self. Besides, and it's about mercy and forgiveness, not condemnation and sacrifice. You see it? So obedience one to another is being obedient to self. And when you're obedient to self, you'll be obedient to everyone else, because you will understand that everyone is moving according to self. According to your vibration, everyone is reacting, because people are thinking that they're just encased in this body. They don't see their energy radiating outside of the body. So they don't realize that beings alike feels each other's energy and gravitate to like energies. They don't realize that. You see it? They think it's just, oh, my body, and yeah, I could think what I want to think, and ain't nobody else feeling it, nobody else this. People see it and read it off of you daily. We are all the same mind. And we are all attracting to us that which we are. Nothing else than the vibration that we're vibrating in. So if we're at war with the world, and we're vibrating on that vibration of war with the world, then the world will be at war with I and I. You see it? So it's just a 1-2 harmonious lifestyle of living in one accord with self. Realizing that the balance is unity. Yeah. To be non-judgmental. To be tolerant. To be forgiving. To be merciful. To be compassionate. Because that's where the power lies. That's where all power lies. You see it? It's not in force. It's not in outward movement. Because the outward world did not create itself. The outward world is created from within. So all force, all power first exists within. You see it? So we are the power of all things. We are the only truth. And we must start acting like it. We must become the truth them that we declaring to be. You see it? Stop following the narratives. Because all the narratives is to lead us astray. Seek within self and you will get the truth. You see it? It's not a hard thing to do. Sit in the silence. You see it? And the silence is but a physical stillness. Sit physically still and undisturbed. And go within mind. Go within your mind. And sit there. And fall in love with your darkness. And when you fall in love with your darkness, you shall behold light. You see it? One to another. You know? Remember, on all planes, everything is expressed in gender. Male and female. So then there is opposites to everything on all planes. You see? Good and evil is just opposites to the same one thing. You see it? And it's on all planes. So if we realize these things, we can work and live in harmony with nature. Live in harmony with natural law. The very law, the law of attraction that brings to us that which we are. Brings to us the very thoughts that we're thinking with the feeling, that fuel behind it, that emotion behind it. Brings to us the same. And it don't bring the same expression of it. It brings different expressions, different events, different situations of the same thing. It's right. So it's for us to just be awake, be aware of our thoughts, being able to sit still and know that I am God. You see it? It's a powerful truth within itself. When you can sit still and see your thoughts manifest and come to you, it changes everything. Everything in creation, it changes. When you could hold a thought absolutely in your mind, concentrating upon it only, dwelling in the end and not moving, not switching thoughts, not going to and fro, not arguing with yourself, not doubting yourself, not complaining with situations, but holding a perfect, solid thought. And then seeing it manifest before your eyes, and you didn't have to move towards it, it came to you. It's a game changer. And it's for every eye to come and realize that, to be able to demonstrate it. What's the sense of one person alone doing it? What's the sense of I alone doing it? The beauty will be in the multitude of people doing it and living the life that they so desire and love to live. And that is what it's about. That's why we come out here and we sit down and we hold our little school of thought. It is free. Anyone can come and sit in and hold a meditation. You don't have to take everything I say. You know what I'm saying? But go and test for yourself. Test the power of thought. Yeah. Test that creative power of thought. By learning to hold to one thing and don't switch from it and see what happens. Yeah, when you see it, you ain't going to want to think no other way. Decide? It will make you want to go inside more and more. Go within yourself more and more. Go deeper, go higher. Go broader and expand. Till you can create for yourself words that are pillars that surround you. That no harm, no danger, nothing can come to you. That you live a life of splendor and harmony. Just by the very words that you placed within you that now come and surround you. You see it, my people. So let me see who they're about. Mr. IRS, blessed art Sabbath to the eye once again. Yeah, man, all eyes is to the eye as well, Emmanuel I, Selassie I, Jah, Rastafari, more love King, all the while. We do give thanks to the eye royal presence, Yeah, man, royal heart of Sabbath to the eyes, them. Zion, please, we do give thanks to the eye royal, for the eye royal presence. You see it? Yes, I. The eyes them presence truly is the gift, and that gift is life, So we give thanks life to life, for all life sustained life, And in the knowledge of this, in the realization of this, we need not worry about tomorrow. We need not put our mind on what we shall eat, or what we shall drink, or what we shall put on. Because we know now that in, entertaining those thoughts, we are creating for ourselves a future of that very thing, where we are thinking about what we will have to eat or drink or put on. We must know right now that we are having everything we need. We are complete at all times. You see it? And all we have to do is to align with that completion. Once you align with the completion within self, and then you rest, you enter into your Sabbath, then all things shall be made manifest to you. Your very desire. But it takes patience, and patience is a virtue. It's right, because it's all an unfoldment. You see it. It's all an unfoldment. You generate the state in you. And that is what they would say that manifestation is, is instant. Right. The meaning of manifestation being instant is because you can instantly generate the state in you. When you instantly generate the state in you, it's for you to hold that state now until the outer world catches up. You see it? So that is the instance of manifestation. But it depends on you having faith, controlled thought, being able to stay in that version of person that you claim to be. You see it? So, obedience to that very thought. You see it? Declare that you're this, be obedient to it. Obey your God, which is your word, that is bringing to you all that you experience in life. And that is all. Nothing more, nothing less. You see it? In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. The same was in the beginning with God. All things were made by him, and without him was not anything made that was made, which is the Word. In the Word is life, and this life is the light of man. What is the light of you? Where is the light that is in your body? The only light that is in your body is your imagination. And your imagination shines in your darkness, in the darkness of your mind. That's why it says that it shines in the darkness. But the darkness comprehended it not. But as many that receive it, because it said it came unto his own. The world were made by him, and the world knew him not. He came unto his own, and his own knew him not. But to as many as receive him, as he given power to become sons of God. So as many as receive the word that your imagination is Christ, is who shall be given power to become the son of the same, or the light of the same Father in heaven. We shall walk as it on earth. For I am is the name of God, the name of the Father forever, and a memorial to all generations. Every generation, every person carries the name I am. You see it? That's why Christ turned to them and said, if you all had believed Moses, who came in the name I am, then you all would have believed me, who come in the name I am. But they teach us that he come in the name Jesus, and not in the name I am. Then they teach us that he was crucified, when he said he laid himself down and riseth himself up. For such is the resurrection. The resurrection is that of the living and not of the dead. They crucified him, as they crucified him, because he made himself one and the same with the Father in heaven, God. And they said, if he would stay, he will train everyone to do the same. Then they will lose their nation. All of it is written in the book. So it is the liberation of I and I mind, the emancipation of self, the following of the first commandment. I am the Lord thy God, which shall bring me out of Egypt, out of the land, out of the house of bondage. I shall serve no other God but myself, but me. That is the first commandment. You are the Lord thy God that shall bring you out of Egypt, which represents the spiritual house of bondage. Only you can take yourself out of there. No preacher, no pastor, no deacon, no bishop, no seer, no obeah. No one can take you out of there but you. You see it? So it is for you to be obedient to your own word. For it is your word, your Lord, that shall take you out of all trouble. It's only your word, your Lord, that is your salvation. You see it? And we perfect the word through perfecting the law, which is the laws of the universe. The law of mentalism, correspondence, vibration, polarity. What's the next one? Rhythm, cause and effect, and gender. Perfecting those laws by obeying the commandments. Having yourself as the only authority figure and not using your name in vain. Not using the name I am in vain. As to say, I am broke or I am not feeling good. Do not use your name to describe something of yourself that you do not desire. You're only manifesting it into your life again. You see it? So you don't take your name in vain. Don't take the name I am in vain. And then you go along the same with the rest of the commandments. Honor your Sabbath day. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. You see it? Which is you do your mental work of visualizing, seeing what you want, seeing the person that you desire to be. Do the work. Then when you have the complete thought, you enter into the Sabbath of being that person. And don't exit your Sabbath. You don't move from your Sabbath till the outer world transform. You see it? These are the commandments. Because if you exit the Sabbath, then you kill your desire or that which you're manifesting. You kill it. That's why it's written in Exodus that those who don't uphold the Sabbath, killing themselves, they shall die. It means their vision, what they want to manifest, is going to die if they don't stay in the state of it fulfilled. You see it? So it's all within. It's all mind science. It's all teaching us how to free ourselves or to place ourselves in bondage. And it's up to us. You see it? And people always wonder why I say certain things, but everything goes in creation. All is consciousness. And every thought is born of consciousness. You see it? There is no thought that is not born of consciousness. And every thought that is born of consciousness, there is a tangible physical representation of that thought. Every thought. Think about that. So think about the universe. The dark demonic thoughts, yes, they exist out there in the dark spaces of the universe. You see it? And waiting for man to invite them in, because it's man that create them. And they can only move when man direct them to move. They can only act when man call upon them and invoke them. Else they have no power. Thoughts have no power unless you take awareness of it. Unless you occupy that thought in your conscious space, in your space of life, which is your mind. And then you apply love, which is your emotion. I miss it. You see it? now is which love are you applying? Whether it be confidence, whether it be fear, whether it be anger, right? Whichever emotion is the love that you're applying to it. And that love is the energy with which that thought is generating to manifest in form for you. And shall return to you as your child, as your son, as your word manifested to flesh. So obedience, how to obey God, how to obey calling and invoking, how to obey your thoughts, how to be able to tell yourself something and then obey it. Tell yourself that everything is well and then obey that thought and see everything become well for you. You know, it's a joy and a splendor to see that life is so easy. But because of the simplicity of it, many don't believe it. Many won't go to it because it's too simple for them. They think life got to be complicated. And because of that thought, life is complicated for them. They don't realize that thought is everything. Belief is everything. Concept is everything. Your perception is based off of your belief. And many of us only believe that which we know what we was taught in school. And we know today that the school system is a fraud. It is not built to grow thinkers. It is built to grow workers. Or in other words, it's not built to grow masters. It is built to grow slaves. And anyone who grow learning in that school system and hasn't changed their way of thinking, their order of thoughts, is still living in that slave mentality. And that is why most of I and I can't even unite today. Because of that same slave mentality. You see it. You know, everyone trusting in the system now, the system of things. And what the system put out there, you know, as their narrative, people are just following blindly. You see it. You no one thinking within themselves that what? Yes, we can create a new reality for ourselves and live in it. You know? And be proud of the reality that we create for ourselves to live in. We can do it. That is what this creation is about. Creating for ourselves the life that we desire to live. For life is what we make it. And we make it by what we're thinking. You see it? Think of our body and creation itself as clay on a potter's wheel. And we, who is consciousness, is working that clay on that potter's wheel and shaping it into what we desire to see. Starting with our body. What we say to ourselves. Are we healthy? Are we sick? Are we strong? Do we need to work out? Because if you're saying you need to work out, then you're telling yourself that you're not physically fit. And your body will start to feel like that. So if you tell yourself you need to work out, you better go work out. Else you will start to feel worse and worse and worse if you don't move. Besides, all these things we need to know. We are not fighting against flesh and blood. We are fighting against principalities, principles, words that you say out of your mouth. It's the same thing that come around and meet you. This is what we're facing. Spiritual wickedness in high places, in the places of authority. They have word wickedness. They're telling you lies as truth. And if you believe it, you shall manifest a tangible reality of that same lie. because that is our power. Each individual is an outlet of the universal mind. So though it seems like we're all living in one world, it's only I. It's only the I. And you're projecting a reality that was built already in you. And according to your thoughts, your reality is shaped for you. Just like if you enter into a dream and they tell you, if you wake up in your dream and you become lucid, then you see you can control things within the dream. So they say now, if you wake up now and you come to the real realization of self, you can control this reality. It is all but a dream. It's all but a construct of the mind. All is mind. And what we see, the universe, the experience, is all mental activity. Yes, right. So it's a coming forward to self, a unity with self. Yes, right. Having that personal relationship with self, with your own word. Being true to your word, being true to that which you say out of your mouth, that which you are visioning in your mind, that which you're feeling in your body, being true to it. Yes, right. And being at peace with everyone else. Not being offended by anything. Don't let nothing offend you. You know, it's all for reasons, you know. Because remember, you know, the energy that is constantly being generated in your body is your actual health, you know. And when that energy is disturbed, you sight, and you become diseased in your emotion and your thoughts. You create in your body diseases. The world we grow in tell we that is the food that is creating it. It is partly so, but it's not true. It's not so. Think of the sugar pill experiment. When someone got completely healed from a deadly disease just by taking a sugar pill. Having the thought in their mind that this pill here is healing me because it have all the medicines that I need, when it was just sugar water. But the power of the thought is so grand that if we can train our mind and teach our mind to believe what we want it to believe, when we want it to believe, we will have a perfect life. We will have heaven manifested on earth. So it takes us to structure a perfect mind. So in the structuring of the perfect mind, we cannot have imperfections within our mind. Then we are just reproducing the same. You see it? You know, so we do give thanks again, you know, for being able to come forth and giving a moment of my time to spend with the eyes them. To all who choose to sit and listen with I and take it up after I come off the live and thing, you know, more love and blessings to each and every eye, you know. Yeah, man, and I welcome each and every eye to our channel, to our community, you know. You know, because it is only built on love. Only love can generate here. Only love can come wrong here. You see it. And it's growing mightifully because I know that every soul is love. It's right. Everyone that live it is love. You see it. And this is what we must overs. And once we overs that, we will be able to generate and pull the love in people out of them. Yeah. And let them show that love, man, and feel good about showing that love and show them that love, yeah, love is really the way to go. You know what I'm saying? It's really the experience that you want to experience. You see it? Instead of living a double-minded life, claim that you're righteous and you're full of love, but you're hateful and you're a demon. You see it? And you're full of condemnation and judgments. You see it? All these things here we gotta pay attention to. You see it? Remember, whatever you do, whatever you think is the God that you serve, you know. How you treat people is the same God you serving, you know. You're serving it to them, you know. You're serving to them who you are inside. So all these things we must overs and come to realize that obedience only has to do with self. You see it? Be obedient to self, be obedient to your very word. You know? Make a decree and see it manifest to you. You see it. And when you see that, you will glorify your Father in heaven, whose name is I Am, that you have come in. You see it? And you will declare to yourself, I am my Father. Yes, I. And you shall have the proper understanding of what you're saying and what it means. I am my Father. You see it in every way. So give thanks once again. You know, fullness of joy for the eyes them going through the rest of the observance of the eyes them 7-day Sabbath. You know, and I do encourage the eyes them to, you know, to partake of the true Sabbath and the true feast days and the true fast days. You see it. And don't follow the world and the world's interpretation of Sabbath and feast days and fast days. Besides, seek within to know for thyself, that thou may come to know thyself and know what the fast really is and what the feast really is and what the Sabbath really is. So until such time, royal family, blessed love, IRS, Zion Place, we do give thanks. Blessed love, yeah? Until such time, fulfillment of the eyes them greatest desires going through. You see it, word to word. You know what I'm saying? And I trust in my word that everything I say to whoever I say it to, it shall be done. You see it? And it is done already. So it's just for the outer world to catch up. So until such time, royal family, blessed love. Belinda, Hamza. Belinda and Hamza, we do give thanks to the them royal blessings, the them royal presence. You see it? Never see the eyes them there, you know. So, and I will trot on forward, you know, tend to some things that I have to do in the house with the youths them, you know. Yes, IRS, much love, blessed love, Rastafari, to the eye, continually. Yes, I am, blessed love. The mosquito bite me.